Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. So the book I actually decided to read was Don't Sweat the Small Stuff for teens. Um, Simple ways to keep your cool in stressful times. It's written by Richard Carlson, PhD. Do not know what PhD he has it in school for or how he got it, but we do know that he's part of the Big Brothers Club. It's not a club, it's a program, and he made a lot of he does a lot of TV shows teaching his philosophy, and he one time starred on a PBS special that we never saw, and that's basically all we know. So I know what you're thinking. What is the premise of this book? How is it set up? Obviously, I should probably tell you that before you go to read it. And in which I will totally tell you. It's basically just a collage of all these techniques that this author, that Carlson has done in his lifetime, and just kind of wrote it down all in a book for teenagers. The thing is that obviously most of these chapters are kind of teenage oriented to try to appeal to us, and of which we all know how that ends. But the thing is that it's all kind of like a bunch of techniques that he's done, or that teenagers on his website that have actually done it have told him what happens, and he's just kind of meshing it into one. Okay, Blebs, it is really late, and I realized that I did not talk about meditation. So as I'm looking back on it, meditation didn't really, it was good for some people maybe, and it would probably work for so many other people, but it did not for me. It was cool, but it didn't really help me. I totally suggest you do it though, on your own time, because it works for everybody differently, and it just, in this case for me, it did not work. So the one I'm doing before I show you what happened was I found one, the one I was really curious about, as I said earlier, was the reminder cards. And the thing with the reminder cards is I thought it would have turned out a little bit different than it did. I thought it would end up like this. Hey, you should do this, and I'll leave it in your inbox for you, just in case you want to see it. Oh, okay, there's a letter with a note. What does it say? You should probably do this. Okay. Go. Hey, there's this paper. I think you should do it. I even wrote you a note. Get to it at some point, please. Thank you. It's a note on it. Like I have time for that. Okay. Huh. On second thought, I think we've got better things to be doing. like dealing with this. Okay, conclusion time. I'm going to keep this really brief and short, and of which that is going to be pros. Very open to new ideas, very easy to do at home, doable for almost-ish everybody. And it's also kind of coming from somebody like us. Like, it's from teenagers who've actually done this themselves, and it's worked for them, and how it could work for you. And I also like how he's very open to new ideas, and how how happiness can come in many forms, and it's very different for other people. Cons. One of the things that I really did not enjoy was the fact I read it chronologically. If it were me, I would not read it chronologically, because it gets repetitive. I do not think that this book was meant to be read chronologically. Fair warning, I don't think it was meant to, because the chapters are maybe 1 to 2 pages at most. I've only seen 1 to 3. The shortest I've seen is 1 page. They are very, very short chapters, very, very brief, and if you just keep reading more and more and more, you start to realize that there's a very big trend, and it gets really repetitious, and it's like everything's kind of just clumping together into one big central idea, which is good, but it gets really kind of annoying when you're like, okay, can I hear about something else now? I don't want to hear about this. So the main thing I'd probably get out of it is, if you want to read this book, go right ahead. I probably would not read it in chronological order, but I would probably look through the table of contents, pick out one that seems pretty interesting to you, and read up on. Go to that page and read up a little bit. If it seems even more interesting, go online. Best way to do it, because he doesn't go very in depth with it, and I think that's also why the other good thing about it, though, is the fact that they're all very doable. So if you like this video, okay, I hope you enjoyed it.